Hey folks, Jack here. More Buzzword. This time it's pop culture and sports, the two that I'm mashing together into one video. Uh we're in week 9, so now it's the elimination phase where you can eliminate some of your poorer scores in the overall season with some good scores. So hopefully we can ignore some of those bad weeks that I had. As a reminder, with Buzzword, the clues in the questions are going to go from more obscure to more well known, and the sooner you buzz in and get it right, the more points you get. So let's get into it with question 1.
A chant recited by characters on this show begins, "First came me, and Dad said G." In 2022, this show aired its last season, in which dead characters such as Miguel appeared on a mystical train to greet Rebecca, the mother of the Big Three. For 10 points, what NBC drama depicted the Pearson family?
What? Oh. Okay. I do not know much about This Is Us. That was just nonsense. Is it? I didn't think it was. I guess it's not supernatural. Just at the end, it had some like afterworld stuff. I don't understand. But got my 10 points. I'll move on.
This neighborhood names the square home to the British Board of Film Classification. This neighborhood partly names a 2021 film in...
Yeah, it's got to be Soho. Talking about... There's not a lot of neighborhoods you can ask about. I should have went in right when they said Britain, because it was only going to be Soho. And then that movie they're talking about was Edgar Wright's most recent movie, Last Night in Soho.
In this novel, the nerdy Harold Lauder shatters his leg in a motorbike crash and shoots himself. Captain Trips kills millions in this novel, which ends with a nuclear bomb destroying Las Vegas. The evil Randall Flagg first appeared in, for 10 points, what 19...
Okay. That's Stephen King. So I think that's his longest work. There's a lot in The Stand. Well, I guess if you count The Dark Tower, which is a bunch of books, or the Gunslinger Saga, or whatever it's called. I guess if you consider that to be all one work, that's longer. But from what I heard, The Stand goes weird places.
A member of this band received Oscar nominations for scoring the films The Power of the Dog and Phantom Thread. This band offered pay-what-you-want downloads of their album In Rainbow.
That's Radiohead. Was In Rainbows. I was tempted to get in on a Nine Inch Nails there, thinking that maybe that was Trent Reznor, but I don't think Reznor fit with Phantom Thread and The Power of the Dog. Those don't really seem like Reznor like movies. So you just hang out and wait for the actual album, and In Rainbows is Radiohead.
This was the first word in the title of a sitcom about Audrey and Jeff Bingham, spouses played by Megan Price and Patrick Warburton. The death of John Ritter transformed a sitcom named for...
Oh, no. I think he's about to say 8. Oh, it's just rules. Oh, yeah, rules of engagement. Yeah, all right. I went in just at the wrong time because I was buzzing in on John Ritter and 8 Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. Early Kaylee Cuoco role. She was in that. She was the teenage daughter in question. If that was... Nah, I couldn't pull Rules of Engagement, which was the Patrick Warburton one, to figure it out. Oh well, a little unfortunate there.
A 2000 movie depicts the star of this earlier film as a murderer, played by Willem Dafoe. While climbing the stairs to victimize Ellen Hutter, its villain...
Yeah. Nosferatu was the 2000 movie, must have been Ed Wood. Oh no, it wasn't. Ed Wood was before that. This was a different that was a different movie about Nosferatu, I think. Anyway, the first vampire movie was Nosferatu.
For the first game in this series, the Genie engine was developed by Ensemble Studios. The Forgotten and the Conquerors are expansions to its second game, while its fourth, released in 2021, is set in the Middle Ages. For 10 points, what historical real-time strategy series is abbreviated AOE?
Oh, they'll give me that one. How did I put the S in there? I didn't even... Huh. They'll give me that. Yeah, I was never an Age of Empires guy. I was never really a real-time strategy guy. I went through the Blizzard ones, the Warcraft ones, but AOE was never appealing to me.
Many characters in this musical, including Gingy, join an uprising in the number Freak Flag. Puppeteers in this musical's original Broadway run brought to life a huge purple dragon who sings Donkey Pot Pie, a duet with Donkey.
No. All right, just working off some Shrek knowledge there. Shrek and that donkey get together and make babies. Somehow.
In 2020, this company said that it had given too much credence to Shiroz Chowdhury in its podcast Caliphate. Michael Barbaro hosts the podcast The Daily for this company that owns the game Wordle.
Okay. I don't know what that first clue was about, but I do know that Wordle got sold to the New York Times.
A 2022 album by this rapper ends with the track I Pray For You, which features his brother, No Malice. Pharrell produced 6 tracks on this man's album It's Almost Dry, whose singles include Neck and Wrist and Diet Coke. For 10 points, what rapper included If You Know, You Know on the album Daytona?
Maybe? Okay, I don't know. Pusha T. All right. I got a solid 8 out of 10 there. I don't think that's going to... Not sure that's going to improve on any of my scores. Yeah, unfortunate buzz on the 8 or on the rules question there, but that's all right. All right, sports. Let's hear some sports.
In 2006, this training camp invitee became a starter for his hometown Blazers. As a coach, his team went 34-12 after New Year's in 2022 with a defense led by Robert Williams III. In September 2022, a relationship with a staffer led to the year-long suspension of, for 10 points, what Celtics coach?
Oh, I don't even remember who did that. Yeah, I was never gonna. That's just... I'd seen that on ESPN, but it just immediately went into my head and then went out. All right, back to schools.
In 2007, a walk-on transfer to this school from Saddleback College broke Ty Detmer's NCAA record for career touchdowns. In January 2008, this school, then in the WAC, made a BCS Bowl with QB Colt Brennan and coach June Jones. For 10 points, what school's Rainbow Warriors...
Yeah, those are all just proper nouns that didn't mean anything to me because it's college football. I just don't know anything about college football. Except when you start saying school mascots, then I can get it.
This city was where a woman known as Awesome Dawsome and the rest of the Magnificent Seven won 4 medals. In this city, Bella Caroli carried injured gymnast...
that was in Atlanta. It was 96, so it was Atlanta. With Carrie Strug. And her vault on a messed up ankle that won the gold for the U.S. in the all-around. Team all-around. All right, more teams.
This team was managed 3 different times in 3 different decades by Bucky Harris. Under owner Clark Griffith, this team won a championship in 1924 with a pitcher known as the Big Train. For 10 points, what team that relocated to become the Minnesota Twins?
Oop. Just anything Minnesota Twins related I can get.
Umpire Sultan Gangji nearly threw this athlete out of a 1992 final for loud grunting. 3 years after this athlete won the French Open at age 16, she stopped playing for 2 years following a 1993 incident.
No, Monica Seles got stabbed. Yeah, she got stabbed on the court, I believe, if I remember right, by a fan of Steffi Graf. I want to say Steffi Graf was not involved, but I think she may have been the motivation for the crazy person who did that. But I don't recall. Just accessing stuff that I haven't thought about in a long time. Okay, so let's do a quick assessment here. We had NBA, college football, Olympics, baseball, back to team names. So I'm going to say this is going to be a hockey team. I think we're going to be in hockey. I think either hockey or football. Let's see.
In the 1980s, this team's players, Lewis Lloyd and Mitchell Wiggins, received 2-year suspensions for cocaine use. In the 1980s, it was the only Western Conference team to beat the Lakers in the playoffs.
Basketball again.
For 10 points, what NBA team featured the Twin Towers of Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon?
That is the Rockets. I kind of thought beating the Lakers in the Western Conference, I thought it might be the Rockets, but I have zero confidence about NBA questions.
This man applauded the Twins for plunking Yermin Mercedes, who hit a clueless homer on a 3-0 count. He ordered an intentional walk of Trey Turner on a 1-2 count and passed John McGraw in wins after unretiring in 2020. For 10 points, in both 1979 and 2022, what Hall of Famer managed the White Sox?
Okay. Yeah, Tony La Russa should not have been the manager of the White Sox this last year. He's just the worst possible choice for like a young, exciting team. And you get a manager who fell asleep during games. Is just not appropriate for that team, and probably shouldn't be managing baseball at all anymore. All right, give the name of the profession, not the name of the broader sport. So this is going to be like an individual official? Or like a trainer or something? I am intrigued by this pre-prompt.
A Hall of Famer in this profession, known as Banana Nose, got his start in 1932 at Agua Caliente. Bill Shoemaker has over 5,000 more wins in this profession than active Hall of Famer Victor Espinoza. For 10 points, in what profession did Eddie Arcaro guide Whirlaway and Citation to triple?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a profession, yeah. All right, back to teams. This has to be football. This has to be NFL football.
While playing for this team, Kelly Rudy stopped 73 shots in 7 periods to win the Easter Epic. Gord Lane and Bob Nystrom led this team during its 1980 to 1983 run of 4 straight Stanley Cups. Mike Bossy starred on, for 10 points, what team that played at the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island?
Yeah, I forgot they won 4 in a row. All right. Have we had an NFL football question yet? I feel like we should have an NFL football question.
In 2018, this man stiff-armed 3 Jaguars en route to the NFL's second ever 99-yard rushing touchdown. In 2020,
16?
he became the 8th player in NFL history to rush for 2,000-plus yards in a season, receiving handoffs from Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, it was Derrick Henry. Notable stiff arms. It's always Derrick Henry. I've been riding Derrick Henry on my fantasy team for a long time because we have a keeper. I've been making bank with my keepers in football because I had Todd Gurley for a long time. He won me a couple of championships. Derrick Henry keeps me in the conversation. Just a outstanding football player, Derrick Henry. And I think I got 9 there. I may have done better. No, I'll have 10 more points in pop solos. I was close. I was close to doing better in sports than pop solo or pop culture. That's been a rarity this go around. But anyway, that was week 9. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out Buzzword for yourself, you can go to naqt.com/Buzzword. See if they have any games going. It's going to be it for me. If you like the video, we got a whole bunch. Got a whole bunch on the channel. Why don't you hit that subscribe button and check out the rest of the videos. Thanks for watching.